The drama surrounding the rise of Isaac Cruz feels like something pulled straight from the heart of Mexican boxing tradition, where toughness is currency and pressure is a weapon. At only 5 foot 4 inches tall, Cruz doesn't look like the kind of fighter who should terrify entire divisions. But the moment the bell rings, the illusion disappears. His compact frame suddenly becomes a battering ram, marching forward with relentless aggression, head low, gloves tight, unleashing violent hooks that rattle opponents and force them into survival mode. That constant forward motion has earned him the nickname Pitbull, a fighter who doesn't chase highlight moments but instead hunts them down through pure determination and explosive power. Cruz's journey began far from the bright lights of championship arenas. Born in the Magdalena Contreras district of Mexico City, a tough environment where discipline and resilience were often forged through struggle, boxing quickly became more than just a sport for him. It was a family tradition and a path forward. Under the guidance of his father and the influence of a lineage tied to the sport, Cruz began training at just 7 years old. Outside the gym, he was quiet, even reserved, but once he stepped between the ropes, the transformation was immediate. The calm demeanor disappeared, replaced with relentless pressure and fearless aggression. By the time he reached his teenage years, local trainers already knew he possessed something unusual, an engine that never seemed to stop and a willingness to walk through danger just to land his own punches. At 17, Cruz turned professional, carrying the same gritty style that defined his upbringing. Early in his career, he faced veteran opposition meant to test a young prospect's resolve. Instead of hesitation, he delivered statement after statement. When he faced Daniel Evangelista Jr., Cruz attacked with the kind of confidence usually reserved for seasoned fighters. His pressure was suffocating, his punches short and explosive. By the third round, the constant assault forced the referee to step in, awarding Cruz another knockout victory and offering the first glimpse of what would soon become his trademark style. Fight after fight, the pattern repeated itself. When Raul Hinosa stepped into the ring for a scheduled 6-round contest, Cruz methodically broke him down with relentless pressure. By the final round, the veteran simply could not keep pace with the younger fighter's intensity. Soon afterward, rising prospect Baserto Monroy faced the same fate. Within seconds of the opening bell, Cruz landed a crushing shot that sent Monroy stumbling. A second knockdown followed shortly after, and by the third round, the fight was finished. The young Mexican was building momentum quickly, and his reputation as a destructive pressure fighter was spreading through the regional boxing scene. What made Cruz different from many prospects wasn't just his power, it was his persistence. Against Colombian veteran Dennis Leon, Cruz demonstrated a more complete version of his attack. Early rounds saw him stalking patiently, targeting the body before shifting upstairs. In the fourth round, he dug a devastating shot into Leon's midsection that froze the veteran in place. The pressure never stopped after that. By the seventh round, the referee had seen enough. Cruz had forced yet another stoppage, and the message was becoming impossible to ignore. As the wins piled up, the opposition became tougher, yet Cruz continued marching forward with the same fearless approach. Ricardo Sáenz discovered that firsthand when a vicious uppercut from Cruz ended their fight abruptly. Jose Angel Chan soon followed, collapsing after a brutal body shot in the opening round. By the time Cruz reached his early 20s, he had developed a growing reputation across Mexico as one of the most relentless young fighters in the sport.
A true step up came when Cruz faced Jose Felix, a fight meant to reveal whether the aggressive prospect could handle a higher level of competition. Instead of struggling with the challenge, Cruz dominated from the opening moments. His power advantage was obvious as soon as the first heavy shot landed. Felix hit the canvas early, and the pressure never relented. By the third round, the fight was over, and Cruz had proven he was ready for bigger stages. That opportunity arrived when the powerful promotional machine of premier boxing champions signed Cruz and placed him on an American broadcast stage. His matchup with Thomas Mattis marked his introduction to a much larger audience. Fighting in front of a new crowd, Cruz stayed true to his style. He stalked forward relentlessly, slipping inside Mattis's jab and ripping short combinations to the body and head. The American tried to box from distance, but Cruz's pressure slowly eroded that strategy. In the later rounds, a crushing hook sent Mattis stumbling, and although the fight went the distance, the judges awarded Cruz a convincing victory. His American debut had made a statement. But the true breakout moment came against experienced contender Diego Magdaleno. Magdaleno had built a career on upsetting younger fighters and carried far more experience into the ring. For Cruz, it was the kind of fight that could define his career. The opening seconds were explosive. Both fighters traded punches immediately, but Cruz's compact power quickly proved decisive. A brutal uppercut landed cleanly, followed by another crushing shot that sent Magdaleno crashing to the canvas. The knockout came almost instantly, and the performance reverberated across the lightweight division. Cruz was no longer just a prospect. He was now a legitimate threat. Another major test followed against former champion Yuriorkis Gamboa, a battle-hardened veteran known for brutal wars inside the ring. The fight quickly turned into exactly that. Vargas brought experience and resilience, but Cruz's youth and relentless pressure gradually tilted the momentum. Round after round, Cruz closed the distance, hammering the body and forcing Vargas into grueling exchanges. Although Vargas showed flashes of brilliance, Cruz controlled most of the action. When the final bell rang, the decision went to the young Mexican contender, solidifying his reputation as one of the division's rising forces. The biggest opportunity of Cruz's career arrived unexpectedly when he stepped in to face the undefeated knockout artist Gervonta Davis for the WBA lightweight title. Davis had built a terrifying reputation, stopping opponent after opponent with explosive power. Many believed Cruz had little chance, especially since he accepted the fight on short notice. But when the bell rang, Cruz showed no hesitation. He charged forward immediately, attacking the body and forcing the champion into a physical, close-range battle. Davis responded with precision counterpunching and slick movement, attempting to control distance while avoiding Cruz's relentless attacks. The middle rounds became a fascinating clash of styles. Davis landed the cleaner shots, but Cruz never stopped pressing forward, constantly digging punches into the body and forcing exchanges. Even when Davis adjusted his strategy, circling and boxing from range, Cruz continued hunting him down. Round after round, he marched forward, refusing to give ground. When the fight finally ended after 12 rounds, the judges awarded the decision to Davis, but Cruz had accomplished something remarkable. He had taken one of boxing's most feared punchers the full distance and earned widespread respect. Instead of slowing down after that loss, Cruz accelerated. His fight against former champion Yuriorkis Gamboa showcased his destructive instincts once again. Early in the bout, Cruz landed a thunderous right hand that stunned the veteran. Gamboa attempted to survive by clinching and retreating, but the pressure kept building. By the fifth round, Cruz unleashed a devastating barrage that finally ended the fight, forcing Gamboa's corner to throw in the towel. Momentum continued to build when Cruz faced Eduardo Ramirez. The fight was short and brutal. Cruz walked him down from the opening bell, delivering punishing body shots that folded Ramirez in half before finishing him with a violent combination. The stoppage came quickly, another reminder that Cruz's power could end fights at any moment. The defining chapter arrived when Cruz challenged outspoken contender Rolando Romero for a world title. The buildup was filled with tension and verbal attacks, but Cruz remained focused on the task ahead. When the fight began, he immediately applied the same relentless pressure that had defined his career. Romero attempted to use movement and counters, but Cruz kept forcing exchanges, hammering the body and closing distance relentlessly. By the later rounds, Ramirez's legs were betraying him. The constant pressure had broken his rhythm and drained his confidence. A brutal flurry finally forced the referee to stop the fight, crowning Cruz as world champion. By the time Cruz stepped into the ring against fellow Mexican warrior Angel Fierro, fans knew they were about to witness a war. Both fighters refused to step back, trading punishing hooks and uppercuts in a battle that electrified the crowd. Round after round, the action intensified, each man digging deep into his reserves. In the end, Cruz's relentless pressure once again proved decisive as he secured the victory after 10 grueling rounds.
Today, Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz stands as one of the most feared fighters in boxing. His rise has been built not on hype, but on relentless action, on walking through fire to land his own punches. With devastating power in both hands and an engine that never stops, he continues to carve his path through the sport. And as talk begins to swirl about potential super fights, including the possibility of facing the terrifying Japanese champion Naoya Inoue, one question continues to echo across the boxing world. Could the Pitbull be the one fighter powerful enough to test the monster's dominance? If you enjoyed this breakdown of Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz's explosive rise, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more deep boxing stories and fight breakdowns. Do you think Pitbull Cruz has the power and pressure style to challenge someone like Naoya Inoue, or would the monster's speed and precision be too much for him? Let us know your prediction in the comments, and don't forget to check out the next video where we explore another legendary fighter who shook the boxing world.